Welcome back from the break. If you are just tuning in to KTN Home, you're currently watching Man Talk. I'm your host, Susan Joroge, and I have an awesome panel here today. I'm with Epic the DJ, Maurice Odonye, Masaki the presenter, and Ezekiel, aka Kelly's Inspiration. You're gonna hear a lot from him today. Do check out his YouTube channel, okay? But we'll give everyone's handles and everyone's social media details at the end of the show so you know where to find them. Now, I want us to take a little bit of a break from the sponsor and the hustler fighting each other within relationships. Kulikuwa kumewaka hapa. It was getting a bit hot. So I want us to move towards the business direction. Now, there's been a very interesting conversation of bribing for jobs. So what would you do, or how much would you be willing to bribe if you have a sibling or a cousin who has been tamaki? You know, they graduated 2 or 3 years ago. They've really been looking for an opportunity, high cost, so you hear of a job, you know. You can use Standard Group as an example. The famous story was, of course, the KDF. And somebody will bribe for you to now get that position. Now, obviously, what happens is sponsors and those families and situations in where people have access to a lot of money, then it's very easy for them to bribe to make sure everyone is hired, everybody has a place. Now, the rest of us might not have such options if you don't come from such a line or such a family dynamic. You have no one to bribe for you. You can still be qualified for the job, but you'll never make it into the room because kuna mtu alipanga way earlier. That's one dynamic of how sponsors and hustlers meet in this business world. It happens even with tenders, right? You hear so-and-so bribed and they got the tender contract and all of that. Now, the conversation in Kenya is all of us here, myself included, I will not lie, you're aspiring to be a sponsor so that you can have those positions of power and have those advantages. Now, I want you guys to tell me personally in your experiences in business, have you ever been in a place and the roadblock you have faced is specifically because kuna mtu mwingine alibribe akapatiana pesa or whatever? Epic, I'll start with you because I know in the DJing world.
Hey, it's crazy. It's insane. But for the DJ world, it's different. It's just a whole other world. So
Okay.
Go there.
Okay.
Bwaninyonge, Staki, Staki backlash. But yes, you actually have a point. And sometimes, life, for me, I'm actually a very outgoing person. So I've sat down with people who actually have sponsors. And I've actually had them talk to these sponsors and ask them, Niaje, there's a job. Hook me up. There's a tender. Ama they even call each other. Hey, Niaje, you see, you're with Nani. Hey, ask him if he can help me do this, and this. I see he's vying for whatever. Can you help me push it? So you see, there's another side to the coin where someone is there temporary to make ground because maybe you're from a family, like you said, that does not have ties.
Yes.
And you're in a country where ties are everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe you don't have those ties. So you're with this sponsor so that you can get financial freedom is the word they use. You can quote me. I know what I'm saying.
There's Vera Sidika, there's Huda Monroe, and there's many others, right? And there's always that, what you're talking about. Within this sponsor, within whether it's a relationship or it's not a relationship, it's just for companionship, for fun.
Yes.
There is that thing of you can get investment capital.
Yeah.
You can start a shop.
Yeah.
At a kiosk. Au kukuwa na hiyo initial, au na hiyo pesa ya kwenda kununua the soap, the cigarettes, the whatever you'll be selling, you don't have the funds. And this person you're in a relationship with can give you that initial starter. To them, in fact, it's nothing. It's an M-Pesa. You know, that's the only friction between them and sending the money your way. And so there's that conversation as well, which is what you're talking about. You're getting that financial freedom. You get an opportunity for a job. You get investment for your business. You'll be connected to that person, you know, to give you that interview. And that's happening a lot with these relationships. And it's something that maybe is being ignored because some parents can't give that to their kids.
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate thing.
But again, as I keep saying, we're humans. Habits. You got it easy the first time. I got the shop. You got the shop, you're running the shop. Now I want a hotel. This one was easy. So I can do it easier.
Shock on you.
Shock. So you see, I feel like it's something that once you're in, it's like a cartel. You don't get out.
Now it's not just women who are opening, you know, weave shops or makeup lines or whatever. You also have a lot of men who will start awesome design franchises. You'll see kuna mtu amefungua restaurant. A lot of it goes into, a local kebab.
Yeah.
And this money has come from the sugar mommy.
Yeah.
So where do we cross the line of, yes, it's wrong, but we're seeing there's people who are really benefiting in a way that no one else was going to give you those funds?
Okay. Me, as Boris Ndonya will say, and I know Ezekiel here will want to argue with me about
a
it.
lot
He
to say,
said it
don't
earlier.
That one you should expect.
He said earlier that these guys are using these other guys.
Yes.
So in sponsorship, what I think it finds is we are both using each other. When we get to this, it's a consensual thing. I'm an adult, you're an adult. This is what I expect of you, this is what you expect of me. So when it comes to, you as the sponsor out there, you want me to take you to these places so that we can have fun.
Yes.
This sugar mommy wants us to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and have fun.
Yes.
And for me as I sit down, I also need to think about myself.
Yeah.
Sorry to say it's easy. Well, it's easier the way you're saying, but if Ezekiel, I may ask you, you've met someone who's willing to pour money on you as an investor. He's asking you for your idea so that he can pump money on you, right? Would you say no?
Why? Unless I'm man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now,
Yes.
that is also a term of sponsorship. This
Yes.
guy is sponsoring you.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So I
So
applause to you.
he's sponsoring. What am I giving in return?
That's now the
No,
exchange.
that's not the exchange. What are you giving in return? You're giving your morals in return?
Uh-huh.
Go ahead. I'm waiting
Your
for you, my
body
friend.
and your time.
The time is coming. Your time is coming.
Boris, what about the younger hustler who is a wannabe sponsor? These young boys, they're in the same playground with these men that have this financial, let me call it head start. It's a very big head start for these young boys. But you're on the same playing field here in the world. Now, on the business side, like now when I'm talking about tenders, when I'm talking about just that opportunity, even networking, even getting to sit on a table with people who could help you advance your career or grow your business, it's so much easier for the younger, prettier girl who's dating a sponsor to get that opportunity.
Yeah.
This young hustler is in the same world. How are they supposed to compete?
It's all about opportunities, I mean. And then when we're out here, we all, like I started saying, we all want to thrive. We have a vision. We want something we want to achieve at the end
Yeah.
of the day.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if an opportunity comes my way, I'll be able to weigh. Say, my friend here has had it easy for him to open a business. He's ahead of me in a way. So it's not for me to just sit down, start complaining, whining that this guy had it easy for him. I have the same rules and morals too. I can use them to work for me.
So it's in your own lane.
Yes, it's
Whatever
your own lane.
opportunities and everything, just worry about your lane. Stop being busy with other people.
Don't compare notes with anyone.
Now, Masaki, when I had asked that question for being blocked, you look like you had a lot to say. In your life and challenges, unaenda
Yes.
unapata sponsor, kuna kazi alifanya, kitambo pale akatuma somebody or something, and that opportunity has been closed off for you.
All right, let me just agree with some of the panelists that it's difficult for a hustler to retain a young lady in a relationship when they do not have the financial capability. As much as they have the muscle of whatever they need, the looks
Yeah,
and so forth.
yeah.
But young ladies nowadays aim higher, and they feel like it's easy to get it real time quick. It's just a one meeting and you're already driving an X5, So they have different visions, and what makes it so difficult in such kind of relationship is because now they have grown seeing these socialites you've mentioned about.
Yes.
They've seen pushy lives. They already have the looks, they have the money, and then for them they claim they already invested in the entrepreneurship skills and so forth. I mean, as we are not so blind to see whatever that is happening, but you see now these young ladies or young men are seeing on what they're achieving, and they still aim to be like them. So it is very sad that we're having the social media socialites as examples to our young ladies and the young boys and so forth. Because where do we draw the line of achieving your goals in the right way,
Yes.
and achieving your goals in these shortcuts that they're using?
Yeah.
Then now I'm left now confused on whether I should be supporting this young man who is struggling so hard to have a relationship, as well as have an opportunity in a corporate institution. Because, well, I could say, for an example, in the corporate world where I was, it became so difficult for us young men to grow within the structure upwards,
Of
climbing
the
the ladder.
company.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
because now, to me, I don't want to support this because I don't have facts, but I would say there were more ladies there I mean, there were more these babas who
Yes.
wanted these young ladies to have opportunities, but of course, through which way?
Yes.
Of course, having a relation with them. So it became so difficult that some of us are struggling so hard. We have the experience, you have the skills, you have the papers, but you're not going anywhere. Because at a time, there's a lady who comes in, you support that lady, you teach her, you train her, and then she climbs up the ladder and you're left there. So you see, all this actually leaves this hustler man, you know, in a confused status, whether he should also start looking for a sponsee. Because
Yes.
what was some of the young men now in such institution left with? Because they would start finding out why, if a sponsor can work well for this young lady and climb up the ladder so fast, then
Then-
why can't I look for a sponsor as well?
And do the same, because I've been
Ex-
doing the work
exactly.
and I'm not
I've
seeing
been here
any
and I'm not seeing
change.
any fruitful, you know, chances for me to grow up the ladder. So then this is where now we need to also start looking at the morals we have in the society. What are we told in church, at home? But we're not following that because that is not what is on the ground. The
You know-
economy is so pathetic and everything, opportunities are nowhere. So we are looking for those shortcuts to make us, you know, achieve whatever we want in a simpler way.
You know, it's so interesting that you say that because I think at the institutional level, I don't know if that conversation is happening, but when you said it, it's true.
It is.
You will find, you know, at entry level of any company, maybe the men and women who've been hired as interns, they could be equal.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Or you can find, maybe because of education or whatever, even boy child, there can be a few more.
Yes.
But now what's happening within institutions is now there's that, how do you get a promotion?
Exactly.
There's various ways you get a promotion within
Exactly.
a company. You get promoted, you know, because you've been adding your value and everything. You can get promoted because somebody has left that position and you're the only other person who
Yes.
could fill it in. There's
Yes.
various reasons. But there's now the new type of promotion, which is for you to move from one level to another, you have to open up yourself physically
Exactly.
to a boss.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And of course, the easiest one is usually an older man, an older boss who's a man,
Yes.
going for a younger lady. We never think about the other young men who are working with those young ladies who are
Exactly.
left in that position.
Yeah.
Because you'll end up with an employee who is bitter, one, because they've watched that happening and they
Very,
know it's happening.
very bitter.
People who are within the same level will also talk. So the guy will be knowing this lady is dating somebody in that company.
Exactly.
And so that causes a big grief and a big difference.
Yeah, and Susan, it's so sad to say that there's a time we had a discussion with a few ladies who are my friends sometimes back, and one lady said, I am in to do anything to get a promotion. What she mean?
Right.
And then after 1 year, by the way, while we were in the same institution, she got a promotion. Not working where I was working though, but somewhere else, of course. But she got a promotion for real. So I'm just trying to figure out what did she do to get a promotion?
Right.
What does it live in the back of my mind? I mean,
Yeah.
is this what all the young ladies are doing to get promotions?
It's actually very sad because young women who do work hard and get promotions, people will question.
Exactly.
Yeah, people
How
will
did
be
you
like,
get
how
up
did you,
there
yeah.
so fast? I've been here for 5 years, 4 years, and it didn't happen.
It hasn't
And
happened.
actually, to quote something I read from the research we were talking about, one of the respondents said that if your body is hot, you have a good look, voluptuous, and so forth, then there is a rich guy somewhere looking to possess you with money.
Right.
So what are you telling all the ladies out there who have nice looking bodies and so forth? They'll go and expose themselves for money, and that's what they're learning from all the social media socialites we have around here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kelly's inspiration. There's something epic the DJ and I were talking about that you really, really wanted to touch on.
As much as you brought the business aspect,
Yes.
I have to talk about that one.
Yes.
The gentleman asked DJ Epic that if you prosper right now financially,
Yeah.
can you avoid going, hanging around
Those
with
young
young girls
women,
and taking them to
They're
various places and
offering,
the
they
rest?
want to come.
Now, it makes it appear like prosperity deletes morals.
Right. Like you can't say no.
That you can't, the moment you prosper, you have to be morally, you have to, prosperity comes with moral decadence automatically, no matter who you are. That was the implication.
Yes.
There's an example you gave with a campus student
Yes.
that is struggling. Probably back at home, nothing is coming from home.
Right.
And they're struggling to, come up, to
Even your
take care of
day-to-day
themselves.
university
Day-to-day.
living.
Now let me ask you something. So does it mean that pressures of life is a license to compromise? Now, these people that you get money from, who are they sleeping with to get money? Now let me ask you something. if that was not an option, would you die of starvation or suffering?
You would still find a
Now,
way.
let's assume
Yeah.
you still find a way. Let's assume that part of you that enables that process to happen is deleted. Will you die? Another avenue will come up that you'll still.
Make money.
But so long as you have an option, plan B, plan A will never work. Plan B will always suggest, I am here, I am here. And weaken plan A, and definitely plan B will take over.
Yeah.
Now, these people will soon get married. Does it mean that when you get married, you're already in Canaan? That whatever you want, you simply pick or make a phone call and it comes?
And it comes.
The financial vicissitude will still follow you to the marriage.
Very true.
Now, because you already developed an option where you're on campus, now that you're in marriage and your husband can't give you what you want,
There'll
what will
still
the
be
next
an
option?
option.
They will still go for there? Now, let me tell you
Outside.
something. A lady that is being sponsored, that is surviving from sponsors, is like a house built on sand. When water comes, they're swept.
That's it.
And let me give an example. During this corona, we have practical examples
Oh, yes.
of ladies that got deteriorated and got emaciated because they could not be sponsored by their sponsors. The sponsored felt the pinch of corona and could no more sponsor them.
Yeah.
And we can see, in fact, it is so visible that you can't ignore that this person has faced an aspect of life. I'll get in that.
No,
and there are
it's
so
true.
many aspects of coronas that will come in life.
Yeah.
Now, this person is setting a standard of life that they cannot sustain themselves. That if this thing fails, which automatically will. So in other words, this person has to live a life that I have to get this sponsor and another one has to be on the queue. So that as this one exists, another one enters. Because if this one fails, your life fails.
Yeah.
That is why many people get frustrated, because if there is no sponsor, there is no life. They don't have the password for survival. They did not build it. They are broilers, they're not kienyeji.
Exactly.
There's a broiler. How do that?
Hajatembea
That is
tembea.
2 weeks old and is in the market fat and is looking like that. These people do not have any foundation.
No,
so
I
if
get
they
it.
go to work and someone does not microwave them to another position,
Then-
they cannot survive, because why? They don't even have the skills to sustain the lifting.
No, I completely agree. If
How can
everything
that?
is given to you on a platter,
It can't work.
yeah.
How can that? That's why the thing is this: they still get that position, but they will still get these people of lower position that have skills, but that do not have the muscles to work up there to work for them, and they take the glory.
Yeah.
How can that?
Yeah.
As that kind of things happen. The truth is this: let us draw a line here. If I know you, Susan Nyoroge
Yes.
is my sister, and I know she's qualified for this position, and I have the influence to make her get to that position, and I pay for you ways to get there, I don't think that is corruption. But if probably that works, maybe you're a friend or relative or something, but if I want you to compromise your morals
Yes.
in order to get
So
that,
now you give me the
that is
job.
wrong, because number one thing, I will leave you with guilt. You know very well I am here, but I don't merit to be here. I'm here because
the
I
job.
compromise somewhere else. So your conscience is compromised. I'm getting that.
Yeah.
So as much as people see you living flashy life, driving fantastic cars and the rest, but when you are sitting alone, you know very well I don't qualify to be here.
Yeah. Somebody
So,
else did it.
so you are taking the battle outside there and assimilating it, so it is with you. No one knows it, but when you are sitting, you know very well. Surely, I did not climb the stairs.
Yeah.
I took lift.
And there's something that you touched on.
Yes.
Sponsors tend to be married.
Yes.
Hustlers tend to be working towards
Yes.
being married
Yes.
in the future.
Yes.
And so for sponsors, there's also that conversation of majority of these people who have this money and everything, they're spilling their hard-earned money, if it's hard-earned money,
Yes.
outside of their marriage, outside
Yes.
of their family.
Yes.
Which is obviously a problem as well, because unaipeleka nje na unaficha,
Yes.
right? With a hustler, there's the conversation of, it's very hard to maintain a girl these days because she wants that sponsor lifestyle when both of you should be hustling, pore 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 pore, Ikifika, ifike.
She wants things even her father doesn't give her.
Now,
Exactly.
actually,
How?
please give me that conversation because I struggle with this personally with amongst my girlfriends. Of course, for us as women, and yes, I will say this openly, if you're dating a man, of course you want him to treat you. Of course you want him to work hard to get money, to give you lovely things, to make you guys' life very nice, plushy, and comfortable. That's what every woman wants. However, why is it that you guys think women demand things from their boyfriends, from their fiancés, and I like the way you said it, so I'll actually use that even their fathers could not
Yeah.
give them. Your father can't buy you an X5. Your father can't pay for your Langata or Kileleshwa apartment
Yes.
6 months rent, in advance. He won't buy you the MacBook so you can start, your YouTube live, It's not gonna happen.
Yes.
But the person you're dating, this person you interacted with in Nairobi, who is similar age of you or just a bit older, you expect them to give you those things. Why are we like this?
People are living in a bubble. It's a bubble. It's a social media bubble. You see other girls have an iPhone 11 and you're like, here, Epic 25, why can't you give me an iPhone 11? And your father is using Android 4.0.
Yeah.
How? It's not realistic.
Right.
And social media has actually brought this wave to the max. Because I wish we had someone who was a bit older to tell us how was it back then, in the 80s, in the 70s, when you would go for a girl, were they sponsors? Did they call them sponsors? When people were wearing kamis. You see, because right now, with social media, you go online, you're seeing everyone is living a fantastic life.
Yeah.
But then, you see this person, fantastic life. 2 years later, pay bill. Nichangieni. Niko na shida.
Oh my gosh.
You see, so social media, it shows us positives, but not, especially like me and you,
Yes.
media personalities.
Yes.
We show life on one side.
Only, guys,
Only
it's only
one
work.
side. You see Epic here on the camera smiling.
Selfies all the
Yes,
time.
yes.
Yeah, with
Nice dress.
celebrities,
Exactly.
with all my amazing people that I interview.
But at night I'm eating matumbo
Yes.
and I can't post that photo.
My friend, Matumbo is superior. Talk of something else.
Say something else.
Matumbo is superior, boy.
Mboga kienyeji.
At least ni nyama. Mboga kienyeji.
Unajua, you get, ama that day I even slept, things didn't go well, I slept hungry.
You slept hungry. Yeah.
So you see, so that pressure that you follow, even there's a time there was a very interesting conversation. They were saying, follow people who inspire you, don't follow people you want to be like.
Very
Yes.
true.
You see? Yeah, so follow someone who is going to inspire you, like today wake up, grind, it's gonna be a good day.
Yes.
Then the person who is gonna post lunch in Diani. And you're asking Epic, we're going to Diani. Epic can't take you to town. How is he going to take you to Diani?
I'm going to take you to Diani.
Hizi lipa fare. Hizi lipa fare.
Ata amuko halfway to SGR terminals. Ata amuko. No, I completely agree with you and thank you so much. This episode is almost over. Guys, we're going to need version 2. And I know I say this for every episode, but watch me repeat all these episodes because there's more for us to discuss when it comes to the sponsor versus the hustler. Now, before you guys share your social media handles, I want you to give, a final word for everybody that's watching when it comes to sponsors versus hustlers, specifically because I have younger brothers. I feel like the boy child is discouraged, fam. It is hard out here, and I have this feeling that it is extremely difficult for the girl child. Don't get me wrong, we still earn more. I mean, we still earn less than the man in every job that we do. Don't get me wrong, those problems are still there. But there is something that I feel like the boy child, when they wake up in the morning to go work, those who are even lucky enough to have jobs or to have a business, they don't have the same drive and motivation that some girls are being able to have. Men are now starting to see a ceiling. They're starting to see a cap to who they can be and how far they can go. Because they're seeing like, there's all these men with money and they have access to everything. And I have access to none of it until I have that money. What would you want to say to those young men? Please, nataka wa hustler wa grow up wakuwe sponsors so that young girls like me have people to marry.
I think what we should do, we all have a person. There's something interesting I read online today and I saw, kama mwenda wazimu wako na girlfriend, mbona si wewe? So that means we all, like the way the world is made up, we all have someone for us. So if you get your right person, all this whole story is irrelevant. Because if you get someone who shares your dream, who shares your vision, who will know that we are here now and we will go there, because when you're both of you, for sure, pale mbele, everything is positive.
Yes.
So that's it actually. So just get that person that is yours. I don't say to get someone in your league. No. There's nothing like leagues.
Yeah.
Get the person that is for you. You'll both have a dream, a vision, and all these other things will be relevant. Yeah.
I'll simply say something I've always believed in. In life, you don't get what you want, you get who you are. The person you are is what you get in life, but what you keep on wanting will never come out. So for the young guys out there who are maybe thinking about sponsors and hustler, don't try kutamani ingine sana. Work it for yourself. Try and put your lanes. Don't try and set your standards according to someone else who's next to you or how they are maybe inspiring you in life.
Yes.
So just try and work on yourself. The person you are is who you'll always be. Yeah,
No, I
that's
like
what
that. It's what you put out into the world is what's gonna come back.
Yeah.
Not what you want.
I share my insights with him as well. And what I like to tell the people who are watching, especially the young men and young women there, is build your life with your own strategy. Do not actually try to have a social media socialite as your role model. Well, sorry to say that because, well, there's a lot they lie to us that we not see. Because every time they take the positive side, you know, I'm actually going ahead to start perusing on all the socialites' life and comparing to them on the reality on the ground, and I always find out that, you know, they're lying a lot to us. So what you need to do is please build your life a step at a time. The cliche says that Rome wasn't built in a day, right?
Yes.
So why would you want to build yours in a real quick time? Mean, hold the moral values next to your heart because, well, at the end of the day, if you're going to read a tabloid about a young 22-year-old murdered by a sugar mommy or a sugar daddy, you're going to be very sad about that. So this is not the life we want for all of you. What you need to do is just, please, make your strategy, take it as slow at a time, and build your life. You'll be successful as long as you follow your values and your goals in the right way.
I like that.
Yes.
Ezekiel?
One statement that I like, which I borrowed from my mentor, Apostle Eric Israel Okere, a very powerful man of God. He says, when you grow up, you stay up. But when you jump up, you'll come down definitely.
Ah, I like that. When you grow up, you'll stay
When
up.
you grow up, you stay up.
Yes.
But when you jump up,
You come down
you
very
finally
quickly.
fall down. Now, there are so many ways through which people get money. And you will get money because even the Bible says that time and chance happeneth to them all. Meaning every person, so long as you're a human being, a time will come when there'll be some steady supply of finances in your life. Now, what brings the difference is how people handle those opportunities. But definitely, each and every person gets a time when something is coming and they're comfortable, no matter when it comes. Now, when that comes, because personally, what I believe success is joy and a clear conscience.
Yeah.
That's what I believe success is. Now, when that money comes, when that prosperity comes finally, will you be happy and release a sigh of relief? I worked hard.
Thank you,
and
God.
finally, I'm seeing the fruit of my labor.
Yeah.
Or will say, wow, I have it, but someone's pocket is suffering. Or but it is something you cannot share with someone. You can't open up and share with people how you got. And
That
you have,
money.
and you, I'm not talking about dead conscience. I'm talking about life conscience. Because, you know, if you keep doing a wrong thing consistently, your conscience will develop thick skin to an extent you don't even feel it completely. That is why some people find it very easy to murder people. Why? They have murdered so much that murdering is like slapping a mosquito. Are you getting that? So when your conscience is clear and you feel good about yourself, now that you call it success. But when you have it all, but you're empty inside, because you know very well you didn't get it the right way,
The right way, yeah.
success is not part of your vocabulary. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ezekiel. Kelly's inspiration.
Kelly Inspiration.
Please tell everybody where they can find you and what other services you offer other than telling people the truth.
Of course, that is what now. I am a transformational speaker. I speak to transform lives. I have a YouTube channel called Kelly Inspiration where I regularly post my content. I am a training consultant. Yes, I train in the areas of emotional intelligence. I train on interpersonal skill. I train on sales and, sales and part of leadership.
Oh, nice.
Yes. I'm also an author. I have my book called Seeing Beyond the Obvious. You can contact me on Facebook at Kelly Inspiration to get a copy, Instagram at Kelly Inspiration to get a copy. And I'm also an actor. If you see someone acting like Migona Megona,
Yes.
if you see someone acting like teacher to Bridget Bema,
It's usually
and so on and so forth.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate
Don't
you
forget,
coming to the show.
don't
yeah?
forget team building expert.
Oh, yes, you also do
Forget
team
it, I
building.
do team building. That one I do like something else. If I do for you team building, your life will never remain the same.
I love it. Thank you very much,
Yes.
Kelly. Masaki, the presenter.
Masaki, the presenter. I'm a digital enthusiast. I manage social media platforms through a small company that soon will become sponsors as well, maybe in the future. So in case you want your social media accounts, managed, content creation and so forth, you can always look for me, definitely. And I'm a very good MC, natural one. Anytime you want me to make your party, all those things, we do them as well.
You can find me on social media at Maurice Ndonye. I'm a commercial model. I'm a content creator. If you're out there thinking of how you can push your brand, I'm out here for you. You can contact me at Maurice Ndonye on Instagram, Facebook, all social media platforms. That's for me, and stay safe.
I am Epic the DJ. You can find me on all socials as Epic the DJ. I'm a DJ at Gas Chamber DJs. Every Thursday, right here on KTN, 10 p.m. Thursday Night Live. Every Saturday, 10 p.m. again, Iwake. And you can check my socials for which clubs I'll be playing because I'm all over Nairobi and DJing is my life.
Well, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate y'all coming through. And it is my hope that all of you find financial freedom and financial independence. I'm not wishing for you to be sponsors because Kelly's inspiration has shown me sponsors can mean a very, very different thing. For everybody at home, please do follow them all on social media. Contact them for any of their services. I appreciate so much that they come through to Man Talk. Let's keep the conversation going on the socials. Use the hashtag Man Talk and the hashtag KTN Life and Style. Sponsors versus hustlers. I think the war is still going on here in Nairobi and in Kenya. And I really do hope that the hustler wins. Anyway, see you next week. Same time, same place, right here on Man Talk.